So I'm going to talk to you about the fourth shift of thinking that I've had to learn, and that is learning to have self-discipline in order to meet difficult goals. And the first thing that I learned that helped me was called the ant and elephant concept, which I've taught a lot of my students about. But the ant and elephant concept is that the subconscious part of our brain is so huge and so powerful, but it's really hard to find access to it. And then there's the part of our brain, the conscious, that we have access to, but it's a smaller part. And so scientists have looked to see if there's a possibility that there's some way that we can engage that other part of the brain that is so huge and so powerful. An example of the power that this part of the brain has, let's say you set a goal to exercise. I'm going to get up at 6 in the morning and go running. And so the next morning comes and you lay in bed and you don't get out and exercise. So the other part of the mind or the brain, the subconscious, won out because it was more powerful. So how do you engage this part of the brain? It's been a challenge for me, because what I've learned through life coaching and what I've learned through the last 5 or 6 years is how you are in one thing is how you are in everything. So let's see, probably like 2 years ago around this time, I probably weighed a little bit over 200 pounds. And right now I'm in the 135, 140 pound range. And that was a hard problem to solve for me. But interestingly enough, I noticed as I began to set goals for myself and have self-discipline. Actually, I had to go and see a nutritionist. Seth Isaacson and his wife, they've helped me out so much. But I had to see a nutritionist to get help because I just didn't know where to begin. So, and yes, I appreciate them so much for helping me. But as I began to lose weight, I started to notice that my excess eating showed up in different places, like wanting to spend more money or shopping more. And so I realized that the same problem is going to come out in different ways if you don't get to the point or the issue or the root of what caused the problem. And so applying self-discipline for yourself in many areas at one time can be overwhelming. And so that's why setting goals and doing one thing at a time is super helpful. So in my closet, I have 10 dreams on my wall. My husband has 10 dreams also. And they're things that we would like to accomplish in our lifetime. And they're big. Some of them I've accomplished. Like I really wanted to earn a grand piano and purchase that completely, not be in any debt purchasing that. I wanted to have a dream dog of having a bulldog. I've always wanted a bulldog, and so now I have a bulldog. He's sick, but he's amazing and super loving. I've had a dream to become a life coach, and even though I started in the life leadership business and their top goal is to become a life coach, it turns out that my goal to become a life coach ended up showing itself in a different way. I had to work through a different company. And I had a goal. In that same goal, I had a dream that my husband and I would both be life coaches and that we would eventually be public speakers and possibly write some books to help other people out, because we both have a great belief in self-empowerment. He especially feels that for youth, which I also feel. I also feel it for women, because they have so much power to affect so many people in a home and in a family and children, and they can help to empower those children to change their lives, just like a father too. So that's one of our goals. And so I just was certified Friday, and my husband is just as a life coach, and my husband is starting life coach school. He started last night. Last night was his first night, and he'll be in school for a year. Another goal that we had on there, I know I've accomplished 3 right now. So my gold flute is on there. But what I want to tell you about today is in one of the sessions that I will work with people on in BHC training or sessions on, it's called the 90-day transformational package. One of the sessions we talk about mental rehearsal. And so everything that I have to coach on, that I have to offer everybody else, I had to go through myself. And the mental rehearsal, at first I thought, I don't know about mental rehearsal. So I actually, one day, it was my Skills Lab's partner to run the session, and I was supposed to be the practice client. And I was not even focused all the way because we had just come back from California. I love California. We try to rent a beach house every summer so that we can go back to the place where Darren's grandparents, his grandmas, lived there, and also that's where we went on our honeymoon. We just love going there. And so we had just gotten back from there, and I had decided to take a whole bunch of pictures of us and get them turned into canvas pictures, and they had just come, and I was going to hang them up because I had never really hung pictures up of us. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to hang up pictures of us on the beach. So, or being at the beach. So anyways, I was hanging pictures while my Skills Lab partner was talking to me, and she took me through this mental rehearsal. And she, in the end, had me feel as if I was living in a beach house. I can tell you what the desk looks like where I was sitting, and the doors were open wide and the breeze was blowing in from off of the beach, because the beach house was a balcony hung right over the beach, and my desk was there, and I was sitting there, and I probably had, I don't know, probably something to drink sitting on my desk. Maybe I like to drink herbal tea or lemon water, and I had headsets on, and I was life coaching someone, and the experience was so real to me going through this mental rehearsal. And that is an image in my mind now, and it's even more powerful than seeing these 10 pictures on my wall, because I was able to add details like, what did it smell like? What did it sound like? What did it feel like? How did I feel? How did that change my outlook on life? So that mental rehearsal was so amazing to me, and it's helped me have more self-discipline to complete my work in life coaching, and to really believe that I can make the change into this profession, and that I can be of benefit to other people. So that was my fourth shift of thinking.